But to be slack again, these are books that I bought over a year ago that I'm still gonna haul because I have an inability to leave anything undone. So this is my January to July book haul of 2024. I want to get through this as quick as possible. I actually don't even think I've read that many of these books, and that is not good. That books I have bought last year, for more than half of the year, I have not read all of them. I will tell you what ones I've actually read, obviously, but there is still a good stack here. But I've got 21 books to haul. That doesn't seem absolutely atrocious for 7 months of book buying, but let's just get into it and talk about all the books I got. So I can finally haul House of Flame and Shadow by Sarah J Maas. So of course I have read this one, like why would I have not by this point? But it was a massive book. It cost me $35 at Harry Hartog because I wanted to start reading it on release date, and then none of the other shops had it, so that was very disappointing for me. But looking back on it, this book isn't like the best thing I have ever read, but I still did enjoy finally getting a conclusion to the series. But it's just, I still can't get over how much of a beast this is, and just like the flop. It's something else in these paperbacks. But yes, my first purchase of 2024. Then I did buy Caldorus by Lynette Noni, so it was like $8 on sale and it only had just come out. So I own the rest of the books and I thought, why not just get this book as well? So it's a novella for like after the series, because it's like a 5-book series, then there's We Three Heroes, and then there's this. So there's a lot of books in this series. So eventually I'm going to reread Akane and actually try and finish the series, but at least I have all the books that match. Okay, that was January's buys, and then February's buys I only bought 2 books. So I've got The Never King by Nikki St. Croix. So I actually got this when I was with Kat and Sasha in Brisbane because we went to a secondhand bookshop. So I bought this because this was meant to be one of the authors coming to Babe or Rare. Nikki St. Croix was not coming now, but it's still, like, it was really cheap at a secondhand bookstore. I think it only cost me like $8. I haven't read it yet because there has been no need, because I'm not meeting this author, but I will eventually. It's so little though, like compared to freaking House of Flame and Shadows, this is nothing. There's no flop. Then I got The Fake Mate by Lana Ferguson. Okay, another one I have read. I did enjoy this one. It was fun. I really liked the werewolf romances, and I'm like, I've been missing out on this in my life, so I still have not yet to read Bride. I will, but I had a good time with this, and I do like the way that she writes paranormal romance. It's quite fun. March, I bought 3 books. So the first one I have is Fangirl Down by Tessa Bailey. So I have a very bad habit of listening to Tessa Bailey's books on audiobook and then buying the physical copies, but it's like I don't actually need them. I really don't, so I need to kind of stop, but I kind of feel like I need to buy the Dream Girl drama one just to finish the series and then see how I go, because I really don't need to own this man. But I had a lot of fun with this one, and I haven't really read a romance about golf before, so that was interesting, and I liked both of these characters. I am just not a fan of her sex scenes because she just writes in such a weird way, but overall did enjoy this book. Then I bought The Catch by Amy Leah. So I've already owned 2 of her other books, and I don't think they're part of a series, like they could be interconnecting romances, but I feel like I need to read those ones before I read this one, so I didn't actually need to buy this one, but I know it was cute. But I feel like it's giving the Schitt's Creek vibes again, because she's like a famous person and her business and everything's going bankrupt and she's gonna go to the small town of Minuteman. I like the vibes. And then I got Happy Places by Emily Henry in the small paperback. I haven't actually read an Emily Henry book since they've changed the publishing format. I'm using Fangirl Down, but it's a subtle difference, but it's fucking different, okay? And it's bothered me that they've just all changed, and she has so many paperbacks coming out now, but it's either the massively tall paperback when the series first comes out, or this small one which you have to wait a year for. And I haven't even read this book. Like, I used to love Emily Henry, but the formatting thing bothers me so much, and I know that I should probably just start trying to listen to them on audio, so at least I've read the most current read. Like, People We Meet on Vacation is one of my favorite books from her. Like, I really enjoyed that book, but I just, and the covers arts aren't the same anymore. Like, they used to all be really matchy and cute. Like, first world problems, but it does annoy me. April, I also bought 3 books. So I have The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson. So I've only just read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder trilogy last year, so I wanted to buy her most recent novel that is nothing to do with that series. Holly Jackson writes in such an interesting way that you just get so invested in the lives of these characters, and just the mystery really grips you. So I wanted to try and read another story that I haven't read this, obviously, but I would like to pick up some more eventually, because it's really hard, because I look at my books and there's literally 400 different ways I could go with what I pick next, because I have so many books on my TBR. And after Babe, that TBR is going to break a number that I'm not going to be happy about. But I also don't feel like unhauling any other books at the moment. It's going to be like a desperation maybe next year where I'll just suddenly unhaul some things. But like, I really do want to read it at some point. Then I got Just for the Summer by Abbeyleec, and I haven't read a single one of the books of hers I own, and I think this is like the 5th one I've bought. I have a problem, I know, but I just keep saying to myself, you'll just binge the books by these authors at some point. I haven't, but then I'm also worried that if I don't buy them now, then I won't get the matching editions to fit the rest of the series. I freaking hate being a book collector, honestly. I really hate it sometimes, but I have heard good things and I don't really remember what it's about, but I know it's a contemporary I'm gonna like. And then The Kilt Trip by Alexandra Keeley. It's Scottish, and that's the main reason I bought it. And like, look at the spine, look at the kilt. Will it show the kilt? Show the kilt. There we go. But I don't need to know much about it. There's a man in a kilt, and it's going to give me vibes because I went to Scotland in 2023, and I just always want to go back to that time in my life now because I loved it. I haven't read this yet. I thought I would have by now, but clearly, again, I don't make good choices. And then in May, I also bought 3 books. So the first one is Five Survive by Holly Jackson. So after I bought The Reappearance, I thought I should buy her other mystery novel that was published first. So I don't really know too much about this. Again, obviously, if it's 5 survive, 6 friends, someone dies, there's going to be a mystery obviously going on there, but I just haven't read it. I don't know if I'll read these back to back, but just when I feel the mystery vibes, hopefully I'll read one. Then I got King of Sloth by Anna Huang, so I keep buying these as they come out, and it's not a bad idea now because Anna Huang's going to be at Rare. So I have, this is the 4th book in this series, so I have read King of Wrath and I've gotten that one signed. So I have the 3 books from this series, probably going to have a 4th because I don't think the 5th one's too far away, and then I have the Striker. So I'll be able to bring another stack of books to get signed by her after not seeing her for another 2 years, you know what I mean? So that's going to be good. I just like them, that the spines are all matching and they're all nice, and I know this is going to end up being a 7-book series, but I'll get to it eventually. Maybe. I still have only read Twisted Love as well. The amount of things that I could be reading, like imagine if I read 100 books a year and I got my TBR down, it would be amazing, but it just doesn't work that way, and I definitely buy more than I read. It's not good. And I got the paperback for A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen. So this was our first Celestial Book Club pick. So I can finally actually haul it because I've talked about it in a wrap up. Finally can haul it. I'm collecting all the paperbacks from all our Celestial reads. Like this is what this section is here. It's my little book club corner and it's so cute. It's going to get bigger, but I've also had to rearrange my shelves because this is why this is empty. This is how many Babe books I assume I'm going to have by the end. And I've got the next lot of the special editions of these. So this shit's going to get filled. So everything is stacked to the bloody buggery again. I definitely will have to figure something out later. But yes, this one was good. I enjoyed it. I like the Viking gods Norse mythology vibes that we had, so that was pretty cool. And then in June I got 8 books, so I actually didn't buy anything for July. We're just calling it till July book haul. I could just call it till June. So I've got A Curse of Salt and A Sea of Wolves by Sarah Street. So when I was at Supernova and went to the Sydney Ball for Celestial events, obviously there was authors at Supernova, and I just felt really bad that 2 of them were just sitting there with no one coming up to them to like want to get stuff signed. So I went in there and made sure to get books signed. So she signed it and personalized it, and I just bought these at QBD. And look, she said lovely to meet you. Because, you know, you feel bad that they're having no interaction really. And then my parents bought me the Prison Healer box set from Big W. So got Prison Healer, The Gilded Cage, and The Blood Trader by Lynette Noni, because I had no interest in buying these because I didn't really like Akane. But the fact that I got to meet her was really cool. So all of these are signed, and I got Akane signed, but I also have some editions of the series signed from getting them in YA Chronicles. But just a nice little signature. And we actually got to have like a nice little conversation as well, because her line was busy, but just nothing was as busy as Rebecca Yarros. But that was really cool to have this. I really know nothing about this series. because I'm hauling books, but I don't know anything about anything. You just get to see the pretty covers, okay? And then I got 5 Broken Blades by Mike Horland. So this was my second Celestial Club book pick. This one was probably like, hasn't been my least favorite, but it just like, you know, I expected more from it. But I have actually got the second audiobook already in my library. I just haven't had time to. I've been listening to the Celestial Book Club picks, and then every time I have a bit of time, I have to try and read something for Babe or for an event or a series or in a recommendation. So like, I'm getting pretty booked with audiobooks. Like, I don't think I'm ever going to run out of audiobooks to listen to, but I am keen to see how the second book goes. And then I got The Amethyst Kingdom by A.K. Mulford. So I wanted to get the editions so that they all matched when it actually finally got published, and I was finally able to put my last signed book plate in. So I won't get these actually signed by A.K. Mulford now because it's just too much stuff to have to bring around. I've still only read The High Mountain Court, but I have to read The Witch's Blade, The Roan Crown, The Evergreen Hair, and The Amethyst Kingdom. But this is all the books that are going to be in the series, and I am just glad that all the paperbacks match and look really pretty together, so that makes me happy. And lastly, I have When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. So I have been so hesitant to read this because if I'm going to read it, it's got to be physical, but I feel like I'm going to be so fucking confused, like most people seem to be, reading this book. But Sarah A. Parker is coming to Rare, so I have a book to be signed, and then I might also finish the trilogy of other books from her that I already own, like the Rapunzel retelling. I might do that, like To Bleed a Crystal Bloom or something. I might try and get the other paperbacks while I'm there because I didn't get them the first time around, but at least I have something to bring to get signed. This could go so badly. Can we do it? Ready? These are all the books I have to haul. I can't do this for much longer though because I can feel it's caving. Yep. It's fine. I feel like I've cut my head off really badly from this filming angle, but yeah, that's the book haul. I'm trying to get back on top of things, but I have to actually warn you, I still have 20 other video ideas that need to be uploaded like next week, so everything has to try and be prioritized, but it's really hard to figure out what I want to prioritize. And like, I want to film vlogs, and then I know events are coming up because I'm gonna have a vlog for Babe, a vlogs for Brisbane, vlog for Rare, reading vlogs. Like, I don't. It's like, I've never had this much content but not enough time in my life, and it's so nice to be living in this vibe, but it's also stressful. But I do hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!